Rona and Uche and everyone who's here tonight. It's an honor to be here. So, sort of an older crowd tonight, as things kind of tend to be. So I'm going to guess, does everyone here know what an embolism is? Yeah, it's a blood clot. And a pulmonary embolism is a blood clot in your lung. Long after sending this poem to Rona, I found out an embolism, which is from some Greek word, which I can't say, is also has a liturgical meaning. So in some Christian traditions, say the Lord's Prayer, and then the priest says something like, deliver us, O Lord, from every evil, grant us peace and peace, and then there's the doxology. It's an interpolation, and an embolism is an interpolation in your bloodstream that stops your breathing, basically. What would kill you is would stop your heart beating. Anyhow, I've been lucky enough to survive 2 of those, and I recommend actually having 2, because once you have your first one, you know what it is, and when you get to the hospital, they don't have to screw around with the tests. So, in a minor one, then about 5 years ago, I had a really, I think it was technically, clinically called, what do they call it? Do you remember, James?
Saddle?
Yeah, saddle embolism, it was called. Anyhow, so I had to call an ambulance, and I had to get an EKG in the ambulance. And the ambulance women looked all worried, and got to the hospital, and by God, I didn't have to go through triage. Unfortunately, it was 2020, so where I did have to go, because I hadn't had a COVID test, was to a storage room, because that's where they put you if you hadn't had a COVID test. And in a storage room, and a gurney, and there's this monitor beside me, and I'm not exactly sure. It was monitoring a bunch of stuff, my heartbeat, blood oxygen level, all that. And when those readings weren't the way they should be, it started beeping really loudly, and people started yelling at me to breathe, and they looked kind of scared. It's quite an experience. Anyhow, I got over all that. Between the first and the second embolism, and after the second embolism as well, I was seeing another type of health professional, a mental health professional. My therapist, Anna, to whom this poem is dedicated. And yeah, she pays a lot of attention to my breath as well. So this poem is called Embolism Therapy. Breathe, I heard. Breathe. The monitor beside me beeped. Fear stared out at me from eyes I didn't know. I tried to gasp in air and failed. It hurt too much. Then I saw you, patient and alert, as we rehearsed some ancient violence and my lungs forgot to fill. You smiled, a body of kindness. And notice your breath now, you told me. Notice your breath. As far as I could bear the pain, I breathed it in.